Hi, everyone, and welcome to Learning Good. This is the Cedar Rapids Public Library Dungeons & Dragons game, played for you by library employees. Why would we do this? Well, not only is Dungeons & Dragons hilarious to play and to watch, it is also educational. D&D teaches critical thinking, problem solving, creative storytelling, and teamwork. It's a great way to interact with people in your home, and you don't need much except your imagination. As you watch, let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to help you get started. Finally, while appropriate for all ages, this program is intended for teens and adults. My name is Molly. I will be your dungeon master for this game.
My name is MJ, and I will be playing Shepard.
I am Jacob, and I'll be playing Elias.
My name is Kevin, and I will be playing Grunt.
On our last adventure, we were trying to prove how to be good. We were tasked to assist with rescuing the bunny. I forget the name of the bunny. Lydia Bunny, that is correct. And we had to follow a group of criminals, child criminals, in order to do so. They did drive a hard bargain. We had to provide them with a sort of reward and potential collateral in order to get them to negotiate with us. But eventually they did lead us through the horseland to the giant pile of manure, which I am told was very foul smelling, although that is not something I could verify myself. Once we were there, the search did continue. Elias eventually was able to recover the Lydia Bunny for the child, which was good. The children were still being problematic, so we may have to turn them into the authorities when this is all concluded. We did ask Walter to weigh in, as his wisdom is always invaluable in such situations. However, there was a slight misunderstanding. When Walter was summoned, he did arrive beside me, and all of the horses apparently did not like Walter, which I find personally very offensive, but they did try to run away, and last I checked, are stampeding down the streets. So I suppose that is something we will have to address next.
So, of the 7 paddocks that you can see in your area, 2 of them have been broken. The fencing has been broken and the horses are escaping. Now, let's go ahead. If you would like, you can make a perception check.
Wow, natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 1!
Oh.
Me too!
Starting off really great.
Oh! Okay. Well, Elias, you are apparently very keenly focused on these horses, and so you see that of these horses, there are, in the first paddock, please roll a d12 for me.
6.
There are 6 horses, 5 of which are jet black, 1 of which is pure white, though not a unicorn. Okay, and go ahead and roll your d12 again for me.
7.
Okay, in the second group, there are 7 horses, all of which are brown and white spotted. Yum, yum.
Okay.
Okay.
I see a bear.
You see a bear, yes. Shepard, you are very, very much unaware of the horses as well. What are you seeing?
I mean, we summoned Walter to ask for his guidance, so I guess I would turn to Walter and say, how do you think we should deal with the children? And Walter does not speak, so he just is going to kind of stand there, and I will just start to nod.
I go and try to give Walter a hug.
Okay.
And just like fall through.
Every time he's there.
So Elias and the children, let me roll for them actually. Elias and Laura both notice the horses escaping. The boys, Ben and Tucker, are still like in awe of Walter as well. Walter's a pretty imposing figure. Of course, you're going to be mystified. So Laura turns to Elias and says, think you got a problem there.
I mean, they're not my horses. I don't necessarily see it as my problem.
Well, your whole group caused this to begin with. You could have just left this alone.
Left what alone? I see
Finding-
nothing but horses being free. This makes total sense.
Yes, yeah, free the horses. They're the only thing that keeps this town afloat. But sure, why don't we just let them all run away?
Well, to keep the town afloat, perhaps it is time that they ruled the town.
Laura just huffs and walks away from Elias. as a true teenager would.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn to Shepard and Grunt and kind of quietly say, seriously though, I think we have a problem.
What? I'm sorry, I was listening to Walter's counsel. Is there something the matter?
Well, some stuff. Perhaps you could say, look behind you.
Oh. Well.
So, really kind of looking for any thoughts whatsoever, because I don't think Capitan is going to be super thrilled with this.
Wait, you think we are responsible? All I see are horses running around. I thought this was perhaps a town ritual. You let the horses run at a certain time? Is that not what's happening?
Maybe. Perhaps we should go and ask the horses and see whether they are just doing horse things. Or maybe we could look at the broken fences over there and kind of...
Oh.
I don't know much, but generally fences are supposed to be like connected, I think, unless this is like some new world fence that just doesn't exist partway through.
I apologize. I was distracted by Walter's awe and beauty and did not see the broken fences. I amend my previous comments. Walter, perhaps it is time for you to take a nap, and I will hit my Walter button.
At this time, the horses have scattered. They're really fast.
And we've just been talking this whole time.
We've just been talking.
What are they doing? Like, are they going towards us? Are they going into town? Like, what are they?
So hold on.
Sorry.
So you can see very clearly that there is a long road. In fact, I believe it is called the Long Road that just runs through the town. There is on one side of the town. Here, let me share my screen with you here. One moment, please.
Do we get some art?
No, you get the map. Okay. So Amphail is like right in here. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hold on, please. I can show you with this little spotlight thing. Amphail is like right here. So it's along the long road. Here's Waterdeep down here. And Triboar is up here, which might come into play sometime. There's a big forest over here, as you can see. And where the horse's paddock is at is up in this area of Amphail. What you are watching is the horses run out of town, and some of them into the forest, and some of them up into this hilly area. So obviously they're not there yet because that's at least a day of travel, but that's what you're seeing them go that way.
That's the direction.
Yes, correct.
So they're running past us then?
You were already, so, all right, fine.
Sorry.
You asked for it.
I did.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this, and we need not white because that is not a color that shows up. So you guys are this box here. This is that. Here's a road. This is the road.
It's a good road.
Yep. And then one of the paddocks is up here. This will be the one with 7 horses. This paddock was also behind you. This is the one with 6, and the white one. That is that. Does that help? So they're
Yes.
kind of behind you, Elias, and that's why it was easier for you to see. Well, you were the only one that saw it, really, because everybody else was focused the other direction. So.
Okay.
Neat. Person's running away. Okay.
Perhaps we should return Lydia Bunny now that we have recovered her, and while we do so, relay the horse situation to the appropriate horse authorities. This is a horse town, so I would assume they have horse authorities, correct?
That makes sense to me. I'm
Me
sure
too.
Capitan knows them as well. Yeah. But maybe
do any of you want to make a perception check?
It worked so well last time.
Using a different one this time.
Yeah, 19.
ooh. I got
Not
a
great,
4.
not terrible.
What'd you get, Shepard?
What's our perception? A 14.
Okay. So Shepard, well, this is perfect. Elias, you're still looking at the horses. Shepard and Grunt are probably still faced towards where Walter was in awe and reverence. But so Shepard and Grunt, you notice that Ben and Tucker are starting to try to sneak away.
Slowly.
Halt!
If I'm close enough, I just grab them by the back of their shirts and lift them right back up in the air.
I would like you to try that and go ahead. First off, make a. Okay, so sometimes I want to have you do 2 rolls. The first one, I want you to do a sleight of hand roll, just because you're trying to grab them. And then the second, a strength roll to see if you can lift them up.
All right. Well, I
Strength
like
or
my
athletics?
odds.
Strength.
Are you sure? Because I'd love athletics.
I think.
All right. So, sleight of hand with my giant chunky die. Sleight of hand's 13.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yep. So you're able to grab Ben, but Tucker slips out of your grasp.
All right. And then strength check as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 10.
Okay. So you're pretty strengthy as it is. So you're going to go ahead and lift up Ben, just kind of as you would. So, but Tucker is able to get away.
I mean, he's just running, leaving everybody else behind.
Yeah.
Dang.
As a teenager would.
Yep. You do
Is he
see
running
Laura
towards
is just-
town or?
Laura's just meandering after him, like she doesn't
Just
care
done.
anymore. She's done with this.
Yeah.
That's more than fair. That's more than fair.
And I kind of pick him up and look at him and then look at them going and just shake my head and let him go. I don't want to deal with it.
Right? Let him go.
If I can't have them all, I don't want any of them.
Yeah. We're really starting to understand
much
why
work.
Beth was so eager to voice them out on us.
Yeah.
Hey, random strangers, take my children, please.
So
Yep.
If I recall the terms of our agreement, the only thing we agreed to in regards to the children criminals is that we would not use violence on them, which we have not done. We did not agree to return them. We agreed to recover the bunny. So I
Which we did.
suppose we have completed our agreement.
Yeah, that tracks. So, any thoughts on the horses, or are we just going to go to the horse police and kind of hope that works out?
Well, I don't want to be mistaken for a horse thief or something of that nature if I go after the horses. So I would rather let
The
the
implication.
horse authorities deal with it, as that is presumably what they do. Deal with horses. I've never been to a horse town before, so I don't know how these things work.
I've also never been near a horse town. Sure. Let's just go deliver this rabbit. The horses will horse around, and it'll be fine. And maybe we don't tell anyone about Walter.
They wouldn't understand.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you agree.
Walter is unfortunately often misunderstood. It is a great burden.
Are you walking away now, or strolling down the long road, or?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I am going to very deliberately not look behind me and just like
Horses,
mentally
horses.
just
Okay.
very focused on this is definitely not going to go poorly again.
Okay.
It's fine.
So you are walking down the long road, and as you are walking, there is a man that rides up in front of you. He is dressed in incredibly elaborate clothing and riding the floofiest horse you've ever seen in your life. I'm going to describe both now. Please prepare yourself. So the horse, first of all, the horse is majestic. 19 hands tall. Just count them. Real tall. That's how you measure horses. So it's a really tall horse. It has a long, floofy white mane, as well as a long, floofy white tail. It is a speckled black and white, but not in like a, oh, look at that horse, it's so cute way, but in a like, oh my gosh, that horse is going to murder me way. It looks like a war horse. He's really aggressive looking. He also has the floof going on, which is also pure white. The spots are mostly black, with the white being the accent color. So he looks really cool.
Just something really cool.
I definitely have like the Puss in Boots from Shrek eyes right now, looking up with like a quivering lip of this. The aggressiveness right over my head. It's a big floofy horse that I love almost as much as Walter.
Just instantaneously.
Instantly,
Yeah.
the moment I see it.
Love at first sight.
So the horse obviously is stealing the show. No, I'm kidding. Though the man on the horse also looks majestic. He is wearing so many layers of clothing, which just screams, hey, I'm rich. He's got like the floofy sleeves going on. He's got like this big emerald colored jacket with gold buttons. He's got a vest that's like an iridescent purple. It's legit lit. Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh goodness. But yeah, he's just like bedazzled basically, and wearing the tightest pants ever. Also emerald green. Don't know. At any rate, he also has makeup on, which looks really good. Like it's on point. Like he's got the eyeliner going on. Man, this guy.
Are we talking foppish? Like, is he wearing like a wig with like the majestic white curls?
Think like old school French king, except emerald instead of like powder blue.
And or Instagram TikTok star.
Sure. Yeah. Right. That's what.
I kind of want a fantasy version of TikTok now.
He rides up. Oh, I know the perfect example. Now, you know in Aladdin, the original Aladdin, where the really like snotty prince rides into town and tells Aladdin he's going to be a street rat forever? That one. And Aladdin's like, I've never seen a horse with two butts. That scene? That's exactly the guy, except emerald green. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Anyway, so Jacob's obviously like, I don't know.
It's been 20 years since I've seen that film. I don't.
It's fine. Pompous is what I would use as a word choice. So he rides up, And the horse kind of stands in front of you three, blocking the entire road, just like blocking off the path. This man, it's like he's just kind of exuding wealth from every pore. It's like you can smell it. There's an aroma of wealth.
I can't smell it because we're covered up to our elbows in horse manure.
And I can't smell, so.
Seeping in.
Okay. So this person is riding up to you and stops right in front of you. And he stops and he gives you the most dismissive yet scornful look. I won't try and replicate it. It's very much just like eyebrow raised, head shake without the visible head shake, disgust. Like, ew. And he looks at you like that, and he sits on his horse like he does, and he says, "My name is Frederick Augustus Tyronius Bentley Eutis Royhorn the Fifth, and you are in my way."
I'm going to offer my hand and say, no, actually, I'm Elias.
He pulls out a handkerchief from his breast pocket here, a little pocket square. He pulls it and he kind of poo-poos you with it, like, oh, no.
I am slowly creeping toward the horse as stealthily as all 6'8", 300-pound light green of me can do. Kind of hand outstretched, wanting to pet the white horse with my just searching through manure hands.
So he sits on his horse still, mostly focused on Elias and how he just tried to shake his hand, and he goes,
My hand is unflinching. It's just in the air. Like I'm just extended constantly.
In some poo. And this person, Frederick Augustus Tyronius Bentley Eustace Royhorn the Fifth, stares back down at you. I have to read it. That's how long it is. Someday I'll have it just like memorized, but not this day.
Oh,
and
good. He'll be around for a while.
He looks down at Elias and he goes, "You may call me Your Highness."
But that's not your name.
Yes, but it's what you will call me.
How about I call you Fifty? You are the fifth, and it seems like it'd be easy to remember rather than all like 10 names you just gave me.
How many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 first names. So from now on, he will only be Your Highness, though. So just be prepared. Your Highness looks down and he says, "No, peasant, you will address me as Your Highness, as all the other peasants do."
Oh, 50, don't be like that.
And say, "Oh, I see. There has been a misunderstanding. We are not Horsetown peasants. We are good visitors. We are wanted."
Shepard, could we not lead with that going forward? Just, maybe. My hand is still up as I'm like turning over to the side, by the way. It's just unflinching, just pause real quick.
And then I'm just going to continue on. Are you the horse authorities?
No, I'm the horse owner. I'm off to my stables, please. Now you're in my way. Kindly get out of it.
Well, you might want to speak to your horse authorities because your horses are elsewhere.
What?
I drop my hand. I'm just... Shepard.
Are we not looking for the horse authorities? I assumed the horse owner would know.
What has happened to my horses? Which horses specifically?
Well, look at the time. Shepard, Grunt, let's go return the... 50, hold on. You should probably, hitting that old dusty trail.
He points directly at Shepard. You there, tell me the truth. Which horses?
Well, I do not know your horses. Like I said, I am not a Horsetown person. I am a visitor. but there are horses that were there and they're not there anymore. So you might wish to alert the horse authorities. I'm not sure what the proper protocol is in such scenarios, but that seems like something you should be concerning yourself about, Mr. Horse Owner.
He just heavy sighs. You just wait until I speak with my uncle. Maybe you've heard of him. He is the mayor. Oh,
Does he know the horse authorities?
there are no such thing as horse authorities.
What
Only
kind of a
the
horse town
authorities.
is this?
There are only the authorities, and you can bet that I will be asking them about you.
Oh, we already know the captain. Is he the horse authority?
He is the authority.
Oh, that seems like an awful lot for one person.
You may say that, of course, yes. This town is a sleepy one until apparently you came. Now, I must see to my horses. Which horses were they?
I took no note of which horses. I am here to return Lydia Bunny. I am on a quest.
Okay, for just a second here. Grunt, are you still trying to,
Oh, definitely.
are you being stealthy about it?
I mean, as much as I can out in the open, being probably up to his waist on the horse. So,
Do you wanna roll stealth for me?
Please,
like
please.
you wouldn't believe. That's the most boring average number, a 13.
All right. Okay, so you're stealthy. Now, the next thing, you did succeed in stealthing up to the horse. And now I would like you to please do animal handling to see how successful you are at hugging the horse.
That's 4.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh,
the horse sees you coming. I'm going to narrate this from the horse's point of view.
Oh, good.
Because obviously, I'm not going to tell you what Grunt's thinking. Are you ready for this? I see him coming. I tell no one. No one listens to me. I'm simply a horse. I stand there still until he reaches for me, reaches for my neck, and then my hoof comes onto his foot. Grunt, you can please take for a d4 of damage.
Hey, that's all 4.
All right.
oof.
So the horse
Oof.
does step directly onto your foot.
Oof.
Lets out a little grunty horse sound. That is not how it sounds, but it's close.
I let out a real grunty half-orc sound right in his face, because I was going for the big hug right around the neck, and yeah.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Your Highness says to his horse, now, Humphreys, daughter of elegance, because that's the horse name.
It is now.
It is now. It is indeed.
I'm writing it down. Okay. Now. And that's so sorry. That's the worst horse name I've ever heard.
You came up with it.
Now, let's not be rude, but we must be carrying on with our day. Please excuse us and get out of the way.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna turn and start heading around him because I have no interest in this horseman. I just want to get the bunny back. So
I'm going to follow, and as I'm passing by him and the horse, I'm going to give him a jovial pat on the leg with my filthy hand, and just say, all right, have a good day, Fithy.
The horse or your Highness?
Your Highness.
Oh no! Oh, so much poop on his leg.
I'm gonna do that kind of angry and sad watery eye glare at the horse with my throbbing foot that I really wanted to hug as I kind of step around him and sadly follow shepherd.
Do we realize what's happened to you? Like, are we all aware that you just got a crushed foot?
I wasn't that far away, and I yelled real loud.
That's fair.
I'm used to you bumping into things and getting hurt.
Fair.
It happens.
I'm pretty certain I'm the only one who currently has damage. So.
Yeah. Thus far, you've like fallen through a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Hit your head on the like door frame. Like, this is just par for the course.
So you hear Your Highness. He lets out kind of a disgruntled "oh" like that, as you know, Elias has left horse manure all over his finery, and
Wasn't that fine?
he starts galloping down the road on Humphrey's daughter of elegance. And there we go. So you're headed back into town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotta deliver that bunny.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do.
Is there a like not a faucet, like a well that we can like get water and like clean up a little bit before we
Oh, you're cute. What do you think about that?
I'd assume there's got to be a pump like to water the horses or
There
something
is.
around it.
You know where the statue is in the square?
Yeah.
There is a well nearby to that. There is also, if you go, so, one moment, please. So, if you guys are here at the horse paddocks, and this is the road, meow, meow, meow. This will be the square with the horse statue. Okay, the well is down here. The horse pond is over here.
There's a horse pond.
Yeah, where the horses drink. So that's that. If that's helpful.
Okay.
If you want water. This is
I mean, I would like to not deliver a small child's bunny while covered in manure. That just seems like bad cricket.
This is the sheriff's office here. And the bakery is down off screen where you can't see it.
Further. Sure.
All right. Well, there you go. So which would you like to go for? Would you like to go for the horse pond, or would you like to go towards the well?
And I've been going towards the well / square because I didn't even
That's where we
touch
have
the
to-
poop. So I'm not even thinking about that. And I also can't smell it. So like, it's not even, I'm not even phased.
That, thank you for the decoration, Molly. That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
And I don't want to
Yeah,
be anywhere near horses any longer. I don't like them. I like bears. A bear has never hurt me. Horses hurt me every time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I agree. We'll do the one in town.
All right. So as you are walking into town, it's a pretty quiet walk. It doesn't seem like anybody cares that you were there or that you are now coming back or anything like that.
Cool.
That's Your Highness back there. So,
And Humphrey's daughter of elegance.
yes, and Humphrey's daughter.
That is exactly what that horse would be named, by the way, by him, of all things. That is absolutely 100%.
I feel bad because it's a boy. It's all right, though. It's fine. Okay, so as you walk into town, you see nearby our friend, the sheriff, not sheriff, the captain.
Capitan.
Yep, he's sitting on a little tree stump that serves kind of as a rest spot before you start on the long road. It's like a little public bench essentially, but it's a tree stump. People just sit there. And he is eating his lunch because it's midday. And his lunch looks to be some stale bread and some water. That looks what his lunch to be is.
This poor man.
This is the saddest Capitan of all time.
And so that's what you see as you wander down.
Is he doing anything or just kind of chilling? Is he
He's-
looking at us?
He's just eating his lunch,
Okay.
as he does.
I'll walk over to him.
Okay. So he's sitting here. You guys are like here now after walking.
I'm just gonna point right at him and say, "Authority."
Oh, I see. It's you. How did your task go?
We have successfully proven that we are good. Elias, the Lydia rabbit.
Yes.
I am wandered off over to the water area. I am no longer with the group. I just kind of toddled
Okay.
off and
In a moment, we will deliver the bunny and prove that we are good.
These arrows are something else, I tell you what.
yeah, they're kind of
aggressive arrows.
intense.
Okay. So let's get rid of this. He's sitting there and he looks a little bit more forlorn than he usually does, I guess, as he eats his bread. I am glad that you were able to retrieve the bunny. Is there something else you need right now? I'm in the middle of something.
Well, I suppose I would like to know when our reward party is happening so that we can schedule some free time for that. And then there is also a matter of horses, and I am informed that you are the horse authority, so I suppose we should be reporting that to you.
I am the all authorities, I guess, so that is that. What's wrong with the horses?
There are some horses that were in their horse place and are now no longer in their horse place. So
What do you mean?
whoever needs to fix that should fix that.
But what do you mean?
Well, we were walking down the road and I saw there were places that had horses in them, and the horses are no longer there. So I am reporting it to the authorities, as is my duty as a good person, because I do good.
So tell me more about this. How did the horses? What happened? Tell me specifically what happened.
Well, we were retrieving Lydia Bunny. We were having a discussion about how to present Lydia Bunny and return. And then I looked around and there were horses on the street, which I thought perhaps was some sort of horse parade, because I am not a horse town person and was not sure what was going on. But I was very quickly informed that that was not the case. It is not a horse parade, and the horses are not supposed to be out and about like that. So I immediately wanted to report it to the horse authorities. I thought we found somebody who was the appropriate person, a Mr. Many Names Fiffy, a very fancy man, and he said to go to you. So that's what I am doing now, because I am doing good.
So what you're telling me, if I can understand you correctly, you let some horses out.
I
Let
did not
horses
touch the horses.
Who touched the horses then? How did the horses get out?
I was discussing very important matters with my companions, and then I looked and saw the horses were out. That is as much information as I have access to. There's
And then-
nothing further in my database.
And then you met someone on the road named Fiffy. I don't know this person.
Well, 50 was the last part. He had a lot of other parts before that, but it seemed too much a bother to commit to memory, so I did not.
And all right. So to sum this up though, currently the situation right this second is that there are horses on the loose.
Yes.
He gets up sadly from the stump.
Who needs to retire?
He just
yeah.
his little sad mug down on the stump.
Anyway, so our reward party, when will that be happening?
I don't know if we've talked about this yet, but I feel that I said there are tasks that I have to have done first, not a singular task. Now, I have to handle this. If you would like a reward party, you could help me handle this, and then we'll see what happens next. I have 2 more tasks for you to do before I can declare you are good, as per our pinky promise. But
So
First
this
off-
helping of the horses, does that count as one task?
no,
So it's
it counts as you fixing the problem that you created, it sounds like.
I did not create a problem. I am here to help.
Oh, good. That's what I love to hear. You're here to help. Let's go.
Wait,
He slinks on his like jacket and just starts walking down the road that you just came from.
so you are asking us to do a help without credit?
That is what being good is all about.
Well, this whole being good thing seems very complicated and not at all intuitive.
Elias, have you come back from the
I have. I wanted to let all this happen. Yeah, no, I can kind of like shake my arms as I emerge from washing and just kind of like saunter up and say, "What's up, Capitan?"
I'm gonna go catch some horses that mysteriously somehow were let loose.
Yeah, mysterious.
Now, I was just speaking with your friend here, Shepard, about how good works and how being good means that you help, even if you don't get a reward for it. And I thought maybe this might be a good time for you to practice.
We just did. I kind of fetch in my pack and show him this manure-stained rabbit, like kind of with a childlike, see?
Yeah, about that. Let's talk about that bunny later. And I'm gonna go this way. If you follow, well, that's fine. If you don't, I can't. I don't know. He just keeps walking off.
Can we have a quick aside, like as a group?
Of course.
So, Shepard, Grunt, I think Capitan might be sad.
He has always seemed very morose, but he does seem particularly more so now.
He needs more bear friends and less horses.
That's what happens when you live in a horse town.
You just get sad. That seems to make a lot of sense.
We have met
So
criminal children, crying children, sad captain, and grumpy
mean
50.
horses.
And mean horses. This is not a good place.
yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. So do we? I think we should follow Capitan over there and kind of see if we can, I don't know, cheer him up a little bit or something.
Even though it won't give us any good points?
I feel like bad. Because even though we absolutely did not in any way cause a slew of horses to, escape into whatever is over that way, I mean, you saw where he lives. The entire thing is just so overwhelmingly grim.
Do you think if we do him an assist, we will be held in higher regard?
I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, we'd have to, right? I mean, doing something and not getting anything for it, we have to get something, even if it's just
We get the
praise.
good points.
Yeah, I think that might be the way this works. I'm pretty sure.
I see.
That makes sense to me.
All right.
Well then,
So-
let's prove that we are the only good in this evil, evil town, and we will help Captain.
Good. So I assume that you follow him up the road back towards the horses. Goodbye, cute little town that I drew. All right. I'm fine with this. Bye, everything. Captain Captain is going to be walking along the road. Oh, okay.
Are those tears?
Yeah,
Poor Captain.
this is the road. So we're just changing the scene a little bit.
Yeah,
He's walking.
he's still there crying.
He's and I assume that you guys come up, come this way. You guys are always just going to be an X, so I don't have to draw all three of you at once. So this is the same road that you just were on. I just drew it so you can see better, Captain here. He's kind of as he's walking, he's muttering to himself, "Just this town. I don't even know what to do with it anymore.
Why do you live here?
Oh, you did come. Wow. That's surprising. Well, you see, I live here because I've always lived here. My grandmother's here. She's not doing very well, and so I stay because she's here."
We're going to lean in really, really close and go, there are other places
Yes,
that are not Horsetown.
that's true.
Outside of Horsetown.
That is very true. However, there are other things that are at play here. I'm not sure that you probably are aware of that.
Well, we move all the time.
Yes.
It's very easy.
Yes. So you remember my grandmother that I was just talking about and how unwell she is.
Yes, you put her in a wagon and you push the wagon and you move.
Well, you see, I don't have her.
What?
What do you mean?
I was thinking about what you said about who you met on the road. Did this person go by any other names?
Yes, many, in fact.
Oh, you talking about Fithy?
Yeah. Did 50 call himself anything else?
I remember the horse, big fluffy horse. He had something fifth,
Mm-hmm.
and a horse named. Wait, was it actually in like the actual? Did he call it Humphrey the
I think
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
I think he did.
daughter of Elegant? Okay, then yeah, the horse was just Humphrey, daughter of Elongness. I can't quite remember.
Did he?
Humphrey mean horse.
Very mean horse.
Did the man happen to call himself Your Highness?
Oh, yes.
He tried. He definitely tried.
Yes.
That also did not seem like an appropriate name.
No. So, did he happen to mention his uncle? He always mentions his uncle.
Yeah, that may have come up.
You guys are just walking along
he did.
as this is happening.
Because his uncle was also not an authority, and that was also not helpful. He was very not helpful.
Well, remember how you just were talking about how this town is not a good town?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you notice how he called himself Your Highness, and yet there are no kings here?
Yes, that did seem odd.
Mm-hmm. 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 Maybe you noticed how I sleep in an attic that the floor rots through.
I remember.
Yeah. Me too.
Maybe you noticed that I'm the only one that ever does any work around here.
The baker gave us very good bread this morning, and other things that were very good. She
Are you
seems to
saying
work,
that you
too.
are secretly the real Highness? I'm confused.
No, what I'm saying without saying, because I should not say, is that I work for very/no money, and I am the only one that keeps the laws in this town.
Does that mean that you are the most good? Because you are not getting, because I'm starting to piece this together. Good, you do good, and you don't get points for it. And that gets you streaker points because that means you're extra good. So are you the most good person in this town?
Not necessarily. I would say that the townsfolk are good people. I would say that there are others that are not good people.
I'm
So
gonna
the
go ahead
key
and
to
go on a
being
limb.
good is to being miserable.
No, no. Well, maybe.
Because so far, that seems to absolutely be the case.
So, could you he just sighs a little bit. At any rate, I'll leave it to you. You can decide what you take from that.
Wait, you didn't tell us about your grandmother. Why can you not put her in the wagon?
I do not have my grandmother. My
Is she a
grandmother.
prisoner?
He makes a very sad face, but does not do anything else.
I'm gonna like turn to my companions and very loudly go, "Is that a yes?"
There was nobody in the jail. We looked in all of the cells
That's true.
very closely.
Is there a secret jail for secret prisoners?
For secret prisoners. Well, I will say that my grandmother is very well taken care of by someone. That is not me.
Is it Fithy?
Uh,
Is your grandmother having a relationship with Fithy?
that took a weird turn. No.
You said she was well taken care of.
As long as this town continues to be sleepy and I continue to be the only one that is upholding the law, my grandmother will be well taken care of. So,
As long as
So
you
you
don't
are
get any
being
help.
blackmailed.
oh, I would not
Okay.
say that.
So if you are good and people are trying to blackmail you, those people are evil. So what you're saying is, to be good, we should kill Fithy and his uncle.
Oh, no.
That's kind of what I'm
I
getting
can
out
help
of
with
this.
that.
Mm-hmm.
We're good
Very
at that.
good at that.
I mean, allegedly.
Why don't we focus now back on the matter at hand? Because, frankly, these horses being let loose means that I could lose my head. I mean, my job. No, both. Both is right.
Creatures such as yourselves require the head to be attached to the body. You do realize that, yes?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
You're saying
Kinds of horses.
could
Do you
die?
know how many were let loose?
Oh, let's say a baker's dozen, probably.
And the colors, those are very specific colors. Each one has a certain value assigned.
Are they like playing cards?
Sort of.
Huh.
Some are
Horses are
rarer than
weird.
others. Some are like shinies.
Chinese. Interesting. Well, all I remember is, I mean, allegedly, all I remember is there was, let's say, 5, maybe black horses, 7
black
brown
one?
and white.
What? What? Oh, the white one?
I didn't get there yet, but sure.
I thought I heard you say white.
Nope, definitely not yet. It was getting there. There was only one of them, so I'm kind of guessing that's probably the.
That's probably the least important one because they only have
Mhm.
the one.
He stops
Seems
and
like
he just stops you and he looks you dead in the eyes and he goes, "Tell me that Stella's diamond tiara did not get loose."
Oh no, no tiaras,
I
just
can
horses.
tell you that.
The white horse, Stella's diamond tiara, did it get loose?